In a few months, the term blind let's play will be considered ableist. Well, what do you know? It's been a few months, and the term blind let's play is considered ableist now. So Twitch just removed the blind playthrough tag to be more inclusive, and let me just tell you, alright, let me just venture a guess. It wasn't the blind people that were complaining about this. It was an entirely different group. A group that we are very super familiar with at this point, the hyper-inclusive crew, right? Who does stuff that absolutely nobody wants, not even the people they're trying to help, right? I mean, let's just be honest, they're not really trying to help anyone. They just want to go to bed at night and say, hey, I care about people, right? I did something that people value, when in reality, nobody really values it at all. You just annoyed everyone and helped no one. So welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Today we're talking about Twitch, right? And the fact that Twitch is actually dumb. We've talked about Twitch a lot on this channel, right? From their ridiculous enforcement of rules and bans, their completely unfair treatment of female streamers, and their very, very questionable staff, okay? From their simping to the whole deer shabacle, right? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Now, Twitch has this golden rule that they abide by, right? We will do absolutely nothing to help our creators at all. Instead, we will attempt to pander to non-existent people. I mean, at this point, they've messed up so many times I can't even keep count. Like, with their terrible handling of the DMCA copyright issue, which pretty much, like, forced Twitch streamers to delete, like, years of content and backlog, which has to be heartbreaking because it's just like deleting every video on my channel, right? Like, how would I feel? Like, what the frick? And the thing is, with, like, this particular issue, like, dude, 99% of blind people do not care about a stupid tag, dude. This isn't offensive to anyone. The term blind playthrough isn't targeted at blind people. If you've played a game before and you understand the meaning of words, in fact, I'll just pull up the definition. Blind playthrough is meant to be applied to first-time run-through games, frequently with the implication that streamers didn't want chat spoiling key story elements or trying to backseat game. Streamers and other content creators use the term pretty frequently. Pretty much it's exactly as the name suggests, like, I want to play this game without people in the comments or Twitch chat shouting in my ear about what's the perfect and appropriate way to play, right? I did complain about this myself in, like, my Minecraft video, where I was just playing Minecraft for the first time ever, and the comment section was filled with these backseat gamers, right? Go play it yourself, stop policing me, okay? That's the point. So yeah, pretty much you play a game and you want to experience everything firsthand, and you want it to be a memorable and surprising experience, right? And not be ruined. So that's the meaning and origin of the term blind playthrough, and that's what it means. So I don't know how they've converted this into this is somehow offensive to blind people, because literally nobody cares. So here we have one of these individuals who absolutely loves the new change, right? Happy to see that Twitch has listened to everyone who shared feedback and removed the blind playthrough tag to encourage more inclusive language for our community. Dude, more inclusive language, that's awesome, dude. I'm all for that. Inclusivity is awesome. Nobody wants to be left out, right? That absolutely sucks. But when you start being straight up loony, I gotta say a few words, alright? But don't worry, guys, we got our saving grace. You can still use first playthrough, or opt to use it in combination with no spoilers for the same sentiment. Wait a minute, first playthrough? Are you kidding me? That is the most offensive thing I've ever seen, because I am the youngest sibling in my family. Therefore, I was not first, and it's kinda offensive to me. Like, you better take that word out, because, like, dude, my big brother always got the chocolates. He got to ride the roller coasters. Everybody thought I was useless. I don't know, man. Kind of offensive to me. And you know what's really funny? This person has actually used the word blind playthrough, and they haven't deleted their tweets. They're still up. So I don't know, man. Seem like a hypocrite to me. Oh my god, somebody replied with happy to see. Honestly, I think we can all agree at this point that the world needs a big fat reset. Like, I feel like we're all in this endless cycle of just ban absolutely everything that remotely offends anyone, with, like, the Jacksepticeye stuff that I saw, the Odd Ones Out stuff that I also saw, just canceling people over the tiniest things ever and just getting mad over the tiniest things when they have absolutely no bad intention at all. That is never gonna end well. Like, eventually, everything is gonna get banned. Like you may be thinking that me walking down the street isn't offensive to anyone, but fast forward 5 years and you'll have this one person who comes out of the woodworks and says, that's like a bold proclamation of your mobility privilege. I'm gonna have to break your legs, dude. At this point, it's just getting pathetic and downright embarrassing. Like, somebody even pointed out, like, there's a speedruns tag, right? So for people who are movement impaired, isn't that offensive to them somehow? Like, you ban that as well, right? Somebody responded saying, I admit my ignorance, but I'm not entirely sure why this is ableist. If I say I have a blind spot, I don't mean that that's a terrible spot. I just mean that I can't see it. I understand that offensive metaphorical meanings are wrong, but I just don't get this case. I can kind of relate. There may be like these certain negative connotations to certain things, and that's just how things are, right? I'm sorry, because this is like the most pitiful and tiny inconvenience ever. Like, if the term blind playthrough offends you, just get over it. And I do apologize for saying that, because I don't like saying that term, because it is used to like minimize other people's issues, like, oh, you're depressed, just get over it, right? Which is absolutely horrible, and I don't condone that. But if this is the most troubling thing in your life, that Twitch is using the blind playthrough tag, you have a more privileged life than almost everybody watching this video, okay? Because we have actual problems to worry about, not some random tag which has absolutely no effect on your life at all, okay? Listen, I don't want to be that guy that pulls up stoicism, but come on, dude. Like, don't get mad at things that are not in your control, okay? Life is how you react to things. If something bad happens in your day, you can choose to get mad about it, or you can choose to not care about things that are out of your control and focus on things that are in your control. There is so much stuff online that even I could easily get offended about because of my race or my circumstances or my upbringing. I could easily just be upset all day, every day at the amount of idiocy that I see online, but it's in my power to just not be upset and just move on, right? When you truly look inside and ask yourself, does this actually offend me? You'll find that the answer is like 99% of the time no, and you're only offended because someone else has told you that this particular thing should offend you. This word should offend me. Somebody replied saying, negative connotation. Nobody wants to be lumped in with a thing nobody wants. Blind playthrough implies it would be incomplete. Nobody wants to be indirectly considered subhuman. It's implied. My guy, I don't even have to say anything because that ratio is actually beautiful. 2 likes and 109 replies. You obviously have not watched the Pegasus video and you don't know the meaning of blind playthrough, so I pity you. But no, nobody's calling anyone subhuman. That's literally not the meaning of blind playthrough. Here's an interesting post I found which says, what Twitch could have done to support us visually impaired peeps. Add a second audio track for chat TTS, chat text and emote size settings, bold or high contrast themes. Things Twitch did: remove the blind playthrough tag. Now, something I find really weird is that Twitch always says that we changed all these rules because of everybody's feedback, right? It's kind of like when YouTube makes a dumb policy and they're like, it's because of everybody's feedback. There were like 1 million people telling us to do this, when it was just like this one guy with 5 accounts just berating you every single day because he has absolutely no life at all. Who has actually given any feedback on this? All I'm noticing are a bunch of PR people saying that this will be more inclusive, while comparing a totally correct usage of the word to actual derogatory, disrespectful slang. So somebody points out the obvious, saying that people are offended by literally everything these days. And then somebody replies saying, no, this was always offensive. It's only just got to the point where people feel safe speaking up about things that are offensive, because in the past they'd end up dead. Honestly, I don't think it's still safe because you've ended up dead with that ratio, dude. Dude, there's no way people are this dumb, right? They have to be like genuinely brainwashed. Like there's this magician out there just brainwashing everybody, right? I like to think that I'm pretty progressive, or at least I try to be, but I don't know that I'm totally on board with the inclusive language thing here. Blind is important contextual definitions. Example, in science, a blind study or a double blind study typically have nothing to do with vision at all. The medical definition of blind study is a study done in such a way that the patients and subjects do not know, are blinded as to what treatment they are receiving, to ensure that the results are not affected by a placebo effect. So I don't think that people are expecting the entire scientific field of study to change their nomenclature, because everybody understands that terminology has nothing to do with vision. Similarly, I think that blind playthrough is in no way mocking or trivializing visual impairment. You know what I think? I think we should change the entirety of scientific nomenclature, because honestly, the word nomenclature is too big. It hurts my tiny brain, and because of my low IQ, I find it offensive. So I want that word out of the dictionary by Tuesday, and anyone who says it, that needs to be in jail. Dude, honestly, this whole thing was ridiculous. I don't know what to say anymore. Subscribe for 400k, okay? Smash like. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below what you thought about all of this. Do you find it offensive? If you do, I mean, you're just gonna get laughed out of the comment section, but whatever. Don't pay heed to this stuff, dude. Just ignore it and move on, please. And yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.